Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a story that's about way more than just 90 minutes on a football pitch. We're talking about a story of deep resilience, of complex history, and of a fiercely contested match between Iran and New Zealand that ended in an absolutely thrilling 2-2 draw. But to truly wrap our heads around this game, we have to recognize that the extraordinary narrative of this match actually began before a single ball was even kicked.
Picture this. It's 2 hours before kickoff, and an incident unfolds that completely sets the tone for the evening. And no, this wasn't about tactics or formations. An Iranian American man and his teenage daughter were stopped right at the gates of SoFi Stadium. Wrapped around her shoulder was an Iranian flag, specifically the one bearing the golden lion and sun emblem. Now, according to the tournament rules, FIFA had explicitly banned this specific flag from the venue. This highly visible moment at the gates immediately underscored a stark reality for everyone there. The stakes of this event extended far beyond the realm of sports.
Section 1. Incidents at the gates. Setting a truly charged atmosphere. When the Iranian national anthem echoed inside SoFi Stadium, it was a profoundly meaningful moment. You have a team whose country has historically been at odds with the host nation, the United States. Inside that massive stadium were tens of thousands of Iranian Americans, many of whom had left their homeland, now gathering to watch their national team play right there on American soil. And the atmosphere they created in Los Angeles was overwhelmingly pro-Iran. It was passionate. It was incredibly emotional. They were literally carrying the weight of something much larger than football. And as you can imagine, that kind of intense vocal support is a double-edged sword. It can either completely inspire a team to greatness or utterly overwhelm them under the pressure.
Section 2. The first half battle. A fiercely competitive matchup.
Now, Iran wasn't just playing against the massive weight of expectations. They also had to deal with a seriously formidable New Zealand side. The All-Whites arrived at their first World Cup since 2010 with a remarkable story of their very own. New Zealand earned their spot in incredibly dominant fashion. They absolutely cruised through the Oceania qualifiers with 5 consecutive victories. To put that into perspective, during that campaign, they scored a staggering 29 goals and conceded only once, one single goal. This clearly proved they weren't just there to make up the numbers. They came into this tournament highly organized, brimming with confidence, and ready to strike.
Section 3. The second half comeback. Relentless back-and-forth attack.
So, the whistle blows, and this match quickly turns into an absolute 4-goal thriller. New Zealand proved their attacking threat almost immediately. Right out of the gate in the 7th minute, Chris Wood picked out Elijah Just, who just hammered a volley into the roof of the net. Suddenly, New Zealand is up 1-0, but Iran responded, and you could feel their intensity growing. Mehdi Taremi actually struck the post before the equalizer finally arrived. In the 31st minute, right back Ramin Rezaeian made this surging run into the penalty area and stabbed the ball home, 1-1. Iran even thought they took the lead right before halftime when Ali Namandi headed into the net, but scratch that, it was ruled out for offside. Then the second half kicks off. In the 54th minute, New Zealand's hero delivers again. Elijah Just scores his second goal of the match, putting New Zealand 2-1 ahead and threatening a massive early tournament upset. But Iran, they refused to panic. Exactly 10 minutes later, in the 64th minute, Mohamed Mohebi tied it right back up. And guess who provided the assist? Ramin Rezaeian, a brilliantly worked move to lock the game back at 2-2.
I want you to think about the number 2 for a second. That is the exact number of times Iran fell behind in this match. Think about the immense psychological pressure of that situation. You're playing in front of a massive diaspora crowd, carrying all this heavy emotional weight, going up against a highly organized opponent that's riding a massive winning streak from their qualifiers, and you fall exactly 1 goal down. Not once, but twice. For a lot of teams, going down 2-1 in the 54th minute against a squad that conceded only 1 goal in all of qualifying, that would be the end of the story right there.
But you know what else the number 2 represents here? The exact number of brilliant comebacks Iran executed. This flawlessly illustrates their mentality. They simply did not panic. When they went down, they poured forward relentlessly. They executed this all-out attacking strategy. Sure, all 4 goals in this match came on the back of superbly worked moves from both sides, but it was Iran's ability to absorb the blow, reset, and claw back those 2 deficits that truly defined their performance on the pitch.
Section 4. Deadlock in Group G. Let's look at the tournament implications.
So what does this all mean going forward? After match day 1, the end result is an incredibly messy picture in Group G. Because of this 2-2 draw and the results of the other match in the group, it is a complete and total deadlock. 1 point each across the board. All 4 teams are perfectly level after the opening round. Looking ahead to June 21st, Iran faces a massive test against Belgium, while New Zealand will play Egypt. For New Zealand, taking a point against one of Asia's strongest teams is not a bad result at all, though they might be wondering what could have been if they had just held on to that 2-1 lead. But for Iran, earning this single point under these specific circumstances felt like much, much more than just a tally on a scoreboard.
Section 5. Beyond the final score. The cultural significance. Let's take a step back and really look at what was happening at SoFi Stadium that Monday night. For the tens of thousands of Iranian Americans in attendance, many of them American citizens who had left Iran, they were watching a true exhibition of pride. They saw a team go behind twice, face down a highly disciplined opponent, and simply refuse to give up. The resilience shown by the players on the pitch mirrored the resilience of the diaspora watching from the stands. This was a team playing with purpose, with pride, with something to prove, both on and off the pitch.
Which brings us to a really fascinating final thought. When the final whistle blows in a politically charged environment like this, what actually matters more, the points on the board or the pride in the stands? It's a question that gets right to the heart of why we watch international football in the first place. Because, as we saw here, it's never just a game. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and definitely keep this incredible story in mind as Group G continues to unfold.